myopusradio.
Vivek versus Vivek.
Flip side to every side.
myopusradio.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing, people? How you doing? Yeah, good to be here. Back in the studio with Vivek versus Vivek on myopusradio.com, India's first internet radio station for international music. And you're listening to me, Vivek, and Vivek, who is going to be two people in one suit. That's what they say, and that's what I am. And for those of you who are more intellectually inclined, you're going to enjoy the show because this is the show called Online On Air Taboo with Vivek versus Vivek. So get your pencils and your paper ready, or if you're not the type to write down, then just, well, get your brains ready because this is going to be one hell of a ride. Gonna get my clues ready. In the meanwhile, listen to a couple of songs. Stay tuned.
myopusradio.
Back on Vivek vs. Vivek, ready for Online On Air Taboo. Very quickly and explain the rules to you. I'm going to clue words like they do in Taboo. And it's your job to write them down as you think the clue points out. Now, how do you know whether I'm reading out the taboo words or not? You don't. How do you know whether I'm making sense or not? You don't. How do you know whether you're right or wrong? Well, you don't. Until the next time I talk, that is. So, I'll clue the question now and you'll have a little time to figure it out. Then I'll come back and tell you whether you were right or wrong. So, are you ready? Come on! Clue number 1. So I was in the Andamans one day with a friend of mine, and we were there specifically because we wanted to go to the paddy course. Now, if those of you who don't know what paddy is, might not really understand this clue, so maybe you should just pass. But for those of you who do, I will continue. So we were in the Andamans, and I was really nervous before I donned my suit and got onto the boat, so I turned to my friend and I said, dude, I'm really scared, dude. What if, I drown and shit? What's gonna happen to me, man? What's gonna happen to me? And he said, dude, don't worry about it. It's just nothing's gonna happen to you. Yeah, just relax. And he says, how do I know? I don't know. These people are strangers. I don't know them at all. And he says, okay, let me point it out. And he looks to the sea, and he looks at me, and he says, look, there's another guy doing what we're going to do. There's a dash. Dash? Yeah? Ha ha ha. Right, and that's 2 words that you need to put together and come up with one word that would also indicate when a man or a woman loses a partner. Interesting, isn't it? Yes. If I were you, I'd concentrate on the first clue because that's more complicated and that's more my style. But if you're a little bit of a wuss, then hey, the second clue should help you out. Cheers, bye-bye, listen to a couple of songs. We'll be back with the answer.
myopusradio.
Welcome back, and we just did our first clue, which was basically I was on the Andaman Islands with a friend, and I was going in for I was donning my suit, and I was really scared, so what was I doing? I was probably, diving, right? Right, that's what you do. You don on a suit, and you go into the water, and I was really shit scared, and I didn't know what to do, so I asked my friend, how am I going to be sure that I won't drown? And he said, wait, I'll show you something, and he looks to see, and he points out another person who's doing what we're going to do, which is a diver, and he says, look, that's a diver, see? And you put those 2 words together and you come up with a word for a man or woman who's lost a partner. Yes! That person is now single, not married anymore, therefore they are divorcees! Oh, some of you are going to hate me after this. I know, but that's okay. Right, moving on. I hope your knowledge of music is quite okay. I hope you know the words, I hope you know the name, rather, Steve Perry, and his band called Journey. Because I'm going to sing a couple of lines. Yes, I am going to sing indeed. It's one of the few places where I can get away with it. I'm going to sing a couple of lines from their song called Faithfully. And the word I'm going to leave out is the word you need to guess. So it's the 4th line of the song, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll start with the 3rd or the 4th or something like that. And it goes like this. You're just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Gonna take the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South. What? Born and raised in South what? Ha ha ha, testing your musical knowledge, aren't I? I've just been recently listening to the song a lot, so it's kind of stuck in my head, so I thought I'd share the pain with you. It's a lovely song. Go YouTube it. It's called Faithfully by Journey. You can check it out, and you'll know the answer in just a bit. Bye-bye.
myopusradio.
Alright, so paying tribute to Journey. That's what we were doing, and Steve Perry. Beautiful voice, beautiful man, actually. And singing the first few lines of his song, Faithfully. So it's just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Gonna take the midnight train to anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. If you thought Carolina, then you're a bit of a dimwit, because if you notice the songs kind of rhymes, So Carolina and Boyd do not rhyme, at least in my book. So Detroit was the answer to that one. Thank you, Steve Perry. If you YouTubed it, then you're more tech savvy than some of us here. Right, moving on. Now, this is one of my favorite kinds of clues, where I replace a couple of letters with another couple of letters and give you a sort of a hint and a key to the whole thing. So I've got a strange disease. It's got add an R after T disease, right? So I'm going to add an R after every T that I say, which means trat. I will talk like tris. I hope you understood trat, because trat's clue. Trat, you are going to figure out. Yes? Oh, bully. So now we start with the story, okay? So there's Winnie the Pooh, and he's looking for a pot of honey. Oh, sorry. Winnie the Pooh, and looking for a pot of honey. And he turns through his friend, whose name is. Yeah, go for it. Just remember, you have to replace. You have to do the whole. You have to get the put the R behind the T disease to get the answer right. Yeah. So go for it. Pull the dash and take a shot.
Myopus Radio.
Welcome back. I've sort of recovered from my place the R after the T disease. Therefore, I shall try and talk normally. So, Winnie the Pooh, right? He's looking at his potter of honey, and he turns through his friend, whose name is Trigger. Ha! Well, it's actually Tigger, but if you do place the R after the T disease, then you get Trigger, and you pull the trigger and you take a shot. That's the one. Ooh, cryptic. I should write for some crossword, shouldn't I? That might be fun. Okay, we're going to take a small break now. We're not going to really give you any clues. So if you've got any ideas, if you've got any words that you want to flummox people with, if you've got any suggestions, if you want to curse me, yeah, for giving you a really tough time on online on air taboo today, then write into Vivek vs. Vivek at myopusradio.com. If you don't know how to spell it, well then Google it, people, because that's where I am these days.
Myopus Radio.